welcome back, you beautiful souls. You are live with Expresso. My name is Graham Richards, and I am stood beside an unbelievable chef in light of their Cook With Your Dad event taking place a little bit later this month, obviously in lieu of Father's Day. Bwell have partnered up with Chef Peter Goffe-Wood, one of the best in the biz, to bring you another mouth-watering dish, a sauté of squid, chorizo and butter beans, ticking a lot of boxes there. So the event, in its kind of broader aim, is aimed at children reconnecting with their dads over the simple joy of cooking and eating, and encouraging healthy eating to boot and cooking amongst men as we build up to Movember. We want this to be, in fact, an all-year-round campaign. Proceeds from ticket sales here will go towards the Men's Foundation to help empower and motivate men to live healthier and happy lives and share those experiences with their sons, their daughters, their kids. We're already happier, given that we have both Bwell and Chef Peter in the kitchen. That is a perfect combo, just like our perfect squid and chorizo. Buddy, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's fantastic to be back in the studio. It feels like it's been ages, but it's always good to be cooking here.
We love it, man. And you know, I'm a relatively new dad. 2 years my son has been kind of watching me eat and sharing the joy of food. But what is it about cooking specific that is such a cool experience to do with your child?
Well, I just think it's a universal experience. Everyone can do it. It's not like teaching your kids to drive or play golf or do some crazy thing.
Especially play golf. Yeah, thanks for using that.
It's the kind of thing that from an earlier, they can stand and just pass you ingredients or just stir with a spoon.
Taste test.
And of course, it's the eating afterwards. You know, the sitting down to plow into what you've just created. That's part of the joy of it, I think.
It's part of the human condition, let's be honest. So we're going to tackle something that, for some reason, people are quite resistant to, because, I mean, I myself am nervous to cook squid. So this is a perfect combination. I'm going to let you get cracking so we don't run out of time. So what are we making, first of all, and why do you think people are nervous to cook with squid?
I think just because it has never been readily available. You know, you can find great squid now in supermarkets all the time. I think people always found squid was the preserve of restaurants. Yeah. So you'd go out and have your calamari and you'd never ever try it at home. And it is really quite a simple thing to cook. And the beauty of it is it cooks so quickly, which is one of the reasons why we chose it for this morning. So what I've started off with a little bit of oil in the pan, and I've just got some nice spicy chorizo, a little bit of sausage.
Chorizo is awesome because you've got some beautiful fat that's going to render immediately. It's going to flavour the dish.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we've started with a little bit of canola oil to get it going, and then we rely on the actual natural oils of the chorizo. And then we're just going to throw the squid into it. The beauty of squid is, particularly with the smaller stuff that we've got with the tentacles, fries really, really quickly. When you start to get the larger pieces, that you want to stew for a long time and slowly with lots of tomatoes and olives and olive oil to soften it up.
That flavour going. Okay.
You know, people have this always the mistake that it's going to be tough and it's going to be chewy. Cooking it quickly like this with a few ingredients, be ready in a couple of minutes, and so we've got some nice heat in our pan. So we've just taken the
And when we say a nice heat, high heat, moderate heat, low heat, what's the vibe? High heat.
High heat for this.
In and out.
We want to cook it really nice and quickly. We just want that squid to fry. You can see it already starts to curl up, so it's cooking very, very quickly. And we've just got a few more ingredients. We've got some chopped tomato.
Right, a little bit of acidity. And this is, again, it's one of those things that's simple, but you've still got to balance everything out.
Exactly. And butter beans, because we like a nice bit of protein in there as well.
And the vibe here, I mean, you're dealing with very natural, beautiful, healthy ingredients. And it's nutritious. And this is a great way to start establishing those patterns within your child's life. If they enjoy cooking healthy food with you, that's going to have a knock-on effect later.
Without a doubt. I think if you're going to get them into these cooking habits, then they might as well be healthy from the outset. You know, there's time to do baking and to make pancakes and cover them in maple syrup, but if you can balance it also with some healthy stuff, then they're into a good start.
And you know, we talk about those mirror neurons. If your children see you enjoying something, your passion for eating healthy, not because you're forcing yourself to eat healthy, but because you enjoy the food that you're creating, that's going to send a very powerful message.
Without a doubt. Okay,
ooh,
so
look at that.
So we're going to finish this. We've got some chopped garlic and a little bit of chopped parsley. That's just going to give us a nice little bit of aromatics, a little bit of freshness to the dish. We want the garlic to have a little bit of crunch to it.
A lot of people put their garlic in right at the beginning and it caramelizes because it's very sugary, so it can overcook really quickly. So the garlic, just keep it in there quite late.
We've used very little garlic, but maybe half a teaspoon, maybe half a small clove, just also so we get a nice fresh taste of it, so it lifts the flavour up. And that's pretty much it. We're going to finish with a squeeze of lemon.
Wow, it looks good. I must say, having the little miniature squid tentacles in there, it makes the dish.
It does.
Really
It
does.
also gives it quite a cool sort of Mediterranean look to it. And then we're just going to finish this with a little bit of butter. We're putting the butter in the end just because we want it to melt. You know, we've cooked it in the canola oil, but we're just using the butter to help formulate a little bit of the sauce. You could also just finish this with some nice olive oil as well.
No, I love that, and I love we've got the cholesterol beating effects of the canola oil. Our Bwell, in fact, that leads us to our keyword is Bwell to 33728 if you'd like this simple yet ingenious ingredients list sent directly to you. And the most important thing, dude, taste test as you go.
No, there's nothing worse than finding out you haven't seasoned it or you put too much salt in when it gets to the table. You must always make sure.
Just keep it going, man. Oh, it looks amazing.
And that pretty much is our dish.
So you're going to put it together. We've got a little bit of ciabatta here.
So what we're going to do there, just because we want a little bit of crunch, is we've got some ciabatta that we're just going to finish with a drizzle of chili oil, which will give us a nice little bite to our dish.
A man after my own heart.
And again, we just rub this with garlic.
Man.
And so this also, again, gives you a nice fragrance of garlic, just a whiff of it without it being overly pungent.
Because when you've got so many different competing flavours here, you want them to sing in harmony, not to kind of work in opposition. Being the typical chef that you are, you even snuck a little secret surprise underneath this once you've gone through it all you've got. But look how spectacular and beautiful this looks. It's chorizo, it's our squid and our butterbean creation that you can cook along with Dad. In fact, force your father this Father's Day to cook with you. That looks spectacular, brother. Well done. Oh, and again, the keyword here is Bwell to 33728. We'll SMS that to 33728 and we'll send you a full ingredients list. Dude, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, fantastic. And again, November, it's all about men's health, getting together, guys, their children, spreading the word, getting guys to talk about their health issues. And we hope this goes some way to get people to free their...
Yeah, man, start the conversation. Some of us have had a November head start. I'm starting. I'm going to keep this going until then. But again, that keyword is Bwell to 33728. And make sure you cook this with your pops this Father's Day.